being lucky by the will of God and by the help of my followers, I made a pilgrim to our people and to their holy city last year. Over there, I saw my beloved brothers and sisters, our people, and I saw what they were in, I saw what they were believing, and I met them. Here is one of my sons here standing on the platform, the photographer here. He himself was with me and my youngest son. We visit our people. And as I said, said on my return, and as I will tell you today, I have seen and I have heard. You cannot go to your people in the Holy Land with this religion, Christianity. You will not go there. They are driving out Christianity. They are driving out the teachers of Christianity. They are driving out everything that goes for Christianity. Why? Because Christianity, the white man's religion, enslaved them as it enslaved you. There's not an educated so-called Negro under this roof this afternoon that won't agree with me that Christianity enslaves like mankind. If you take it and understand it, and if it was something like a piece of garment that you could drop in your laundry tub, you could drop it in the laundry tub, take it out, and wring it out, and every drop of it will write slavery. That's the kind of a religion that you have been in, and the religion that is now taking you apart and has been taking you apart, depriving you of unity and of love. It is just that religion that you think that will bring love. You've been in it 100 years and you're still disunited. And the longer you stay in it, the more disunited you are. And the more fear you have. You are more a faith in the religion called Christianity than you are when you are not a believer of no religion. A Christian is more afraid than a non-believer, even in God and religion. Why? Because you were taught like that. They put fear in you when that you were a baby. And this is the kind of thing they want you to stay in. They don't want you to wake up to the knowledge of yourself. They want you to remain a slave. They're pretty hungry. Good people. I was taken among them. I lived among them. I visit them in their homes. I dined with them in their homes. In their best class. I went to their palace. Walked around, looked at them. They offered to us as they will you. The Muslim world loved you so well that if you will accept Islam, they will get out of their homes over there and give them to you, and they really have some beautiful homes. Sudan, in Khartoum, Sudan, and in Omdurman, Sudan, we visit. There, they even cried to see us leave. They love you. Love you, I should say. 3,000 out there to see me off that night in a garden like the send-off party. Hundreds of little teenage boys running along beside the car that I was in, that my son and I was in. All of them yelling out in their language and in English, "Long live Elijah Muhammad. May Allah bless him with the saints. They weren't two Muslims. You're already Muslim. You were born there. You never was a Christian. And you can't be a Christian unless you are white people. That's the only way you can be a Christian. You will have to be white. Because that's the white man's religion. It is not Jesus' religion. Jesus is over there. They have his body buried over there. Jesus never have left the earth. My friend, don't believe that lie anymore. I walked right into the mosque where he's entombed. He's entombed to last for 10,000 years. Pardon me, to last 10,000 years. They have embalmed in a chemical that the Egyptian scientists put him in, tied him in a glass tube that will keep him looking the same for 10,000 years. He has been there 2,000 and will be there 8,000 more. What do you look like? A black man. He was not no Jew. He was a black man. His people was of the Egyptian army. That's why his mother went to Egypt when Herod got after her to kill her child. Because that was her people's home, Egypt. And Joseph was his father. Don't believe that lie anymore, that God was the father and Joseph had nothing to do with Mary. Why the Christians don't teach that? Because it will make you not believe it. Is that right? Joseph got the child out of wedlock. The Jews teach you that. That is right. But that don't have nothing to do with his divinity. He still was divine one. That is not the only man that was gotten out of wedlock. That was a great man of God. The man don't have nothing to do with who gets him. Right? He had nothing to do with that. But these two people were holy people. Joseph, as they call him, Yusuf in Arab, and Mary, Maryam. Now, these two people were holy people and were engaged to marry when they were little children at the age of 6 years old. They got engaged to marry. And rich Mary's father would not let Mary marry Joseph because he was too poor. But one day they met after he had been married 6 years, and he had a wife and 6 children. This is the truth of his history, and Elijah will prove it at no limited time and will die on the word of God and the revelation that he has given to me anytime. I don't think that your scholars and scientists will dare contend with it. As I have been preaching it for 29 years, and they have not been so far brave enough to come and contend with me on it, and they will never will, because they will be made cheap. Joseph couldn't marry her after he had married another girl, but they met one day under darkness. After meeting each other under this darkness, and the father was a man that was over Damascus in Palestine at that time. He was off someplace to lay what we call today's cornerstone in a mosque, and while he was away, Mary was afraid of that darkness. Twice every year there comes a darkness over that country by a dust storm, they call it, which brings darkness, blots out sunlight. So Mary, being a little afraid, she sent for Joseph to go with her to beat her father's stock. And under the cover of this darkness, their love revived again that they had from little childhood. And he wanted to marry, both wanted to marry each other. And he went with her that day, and the next day he came back and went with her again. And the next day he came back and went with her. And these things were, sweethearting was going on. And After the old man come home, Joseph didn't go no more with Mary, and in a few weeks, a month, then Mary began to get fat, and her father began to pay attention to it. And so he asked her, he said, Mary, what's that you have been eating? Looks like to me you getting fat. He didn't have no dreams of anything else. And so she would not tell him. She went on until she kept going. After a while, he says, Mary, so what has happened? So he told him. He says, you remember the day when you, those 3 days you were going off to dedicate the Mass? He says, yes. And you remember that darkness that come over the land? He said, yes. He says, well, I was afraid to go and take care of your stock under that darkness, so I called Yusuf. And Yusuf came and he went with me the first day, and he came back the second day to help me feed the stock, and he came back the third day and helped me to feed the stock, and every day he helped me to feed your stock. No man is supposed to be This is all the assurance. But Jesus yet was a great, worthy prophet and one of the most precious one of all. He never did marry, though God said that he did promise Martha, the one that you find in the Bible that washed his feet and anointed them and wiped them with the hair of her head. That was a woman that he had promised that he would marry if he was lucky to go through with his mission. He knew he was not going to live to go through it, and so he loved Martha, and she loved him, and she wanted him for her husband. And she used to, after his hard days walking around in Palestine on the old rocky roads, and it don't look good around there at all. We walked around in Jerusalem there in December. I don't like Palestine at all myself. Rugged red hills, and it don't look like no paradise or a land flowing with milk and honey to me. It looks like a land flowing with poverty to me. If it flowed with money in the days of Moses, it's certainly not flowing with money in the, honey, milk and honey in the days of Muhammad.